leads, more sales. Have you heard this one before? Because I sure did. And let me tell you this is not true at all. Imagine wasting your time and your salespeople time on people that never wanted to buy from you in the first place. All this while your competitors constantly show off getting sales after sales after sales, and you're here stuck, not knowing what to do. That was me a year ago when I was trying to get all the leads that I could from my marketing agency, whether it's through cold calls, emails, DMs, all that stuff. I would only get unqualified people that will tell me yes to brush me off. And back then I couldn't really figure out what's wrong. At which point am I making a mistake that I can't just get any sales? And the sales that I did get were not appreciating the whole service and they were churning really fast. And that's what this video is going to about, which I hope it helps everyone that struggles with low quality leads. They have a lot of sales calls coming in, but no sales and no money coming out. Because I know what exactly is the problem. If you skip this video, you can go back to making no money, but I want to help you. And let me tell you this right now, it all comes down to personal branding, speed to lead, and having a system to handle all of that stuff. In terms of personal branding, the easiest way I can put it for you is on my own example, where I would reach out to anyone without even qualifying them. And in my case, that would be working with people that don't have that much money or are new businesses and they haven't got a proven offer. So when I would go there trying to work with them, they would be hesitant because they didn't have money. That's one. Two, they didn't have a personal brand built up. So if I was trying to do marketing for them, we wouldn't really know if it goes wrong, what's the problem? Is it me? Is it them? Is it their offer? Is their product? We just wouldn't know. So it's wrong targeting in here. Not only this, but I was also undercharging, and that comes with its own set of issues, such as clients not really respecting your work, expecting everything done in a ridiculous amount of time, and shit just happens, and it doesn't have to be like this. That's why I'm making this video, where I want to show you that personal brand is really king, because it doesn't matter if it's email marketing, your website, your social media, DMs, paid marketing, any given moment. If you want to do business with someone, the first thing they're going to do is Google you, check out your socials, and guess what? If they don't see what they like, they're just not going to go ahead with you, and you're not going to figure out why. Or a ridiculous situation last year where I had 12 no-shows in a row and I couldn't figure out what's the problem, except the problem was that my social media were empty. I had no social proof to back it up. And while initially people might have been interested in my services because I called them, I told them what I do, they might have been interested back then. But the moment they get off the phone call, they Google me, they look me up, and there's nothing. I'm not surprised that they weren't interested in doing business with me. Or if they did show up to the call, I would end up with something like, I'll let you know, I'll have to think about it. During that time, it was very difficult for me to hear something like, let's go, let's do it, I'm interested, send me the contract. It was really, really rare. Whatever it is that you're doing, make sure to put all the stuff you do online and just let other people see it. And I'm not talking about those cringy corporate posts where you say like, oh, 5 tips on SEO, 5 tips on washing your car, 5 tips to buy a good car, 5 tips why our product is better than the other one. No, I want you to show actual user-generated footage, or your footage where you are the face of your company and you are the reason people buy from you. Because people buy from people, they don't buy from companies. So if you're the face of your company, you instantly build trust. Why? Because everybody else is scared to do content. So you stand out, because for every 10 companies, only one of them might be making the content that people actually want to see. Now let me give you some numbers, because that's what matters in the end. So before, out of 10 calls, I would maybe have 3 people show up. And getting them to show up was problematic as well, because I had to send reminders, I had to call them 2 minutes after the call, and they still would make up some excuses. Now out of those, closed maybe like 50%, and I would still have to undercharge them, and that sucked. That was not really a scalable business. Fast forward to today, I figured out that majority of my clients are hanging out on YouTube. They want to improve their companies. They don't hang out on Instagram, which I've already tried. They don't hang out on LinkedIn, which I've already tried. They sit on YouTube and they want to grow their businesses. So if I make YouTube content where I walk through every single thing that I do for my other clients, the results, how it works, it automatically puts me as the authority. While there is a lot of other marketing agencies that just run Facebook ads or Instagram ads, they won't have such good conversions. And I know, because I worked at 3 other marketing agencies, and their funnel was the exact same like everybody else's, which is image or video ads to a landing page. They had the same problem that I had a year ago, where I wasn't getting enough show-ups, enough closes. And right now, everybody that books a call with me shows up. If they can't show up, they reschedule. I don't have to chase anyone, I don't have to remind anyone, because they genuinely want to grow their business. My services are perceived as automatically higher value, so people want to do business with me. And a lot of the times, people that don't have that social proof will wonder, why is there no one showing up to my calls? They just don't trust you. They don't want to go with you because they don't trust you. There is no authority in here. So my numbers jumped from 50% show up rate to like 90% show up rate. And in terms of closes, it's around 90%. I'm super transparent with what I do, what I charge. and what the process is like. So there really isn't much unknown before people hop on a call with me. And we use the exact same funnel when running paid marketing from Facebook, Instagram, or PPC. The whole funnel is to give enough value to people, give them value. After they book a call, give them even more value in the form of YouTube videos or our internal videos that we send to our leads. And with this, we also send pricing. And if at this point they can't afford it, we just send them more materials on how they can get up to the level where they can afford it. And majority of people that we're giving this free value actually come back after applying this and decide to work with us. A while ago, we were working with a detailing company in Florida and everything was going fine. A lot of people stopped wanting to get the services done and we couldn't figure it out. Why? Because this client had okay social proof, but it wasn't anything special. And turns out there was Grand Theft Auto going on in Florida and people were just scared to give out their addresses for mobile detailing. And how did I find out? Because I went on a Facebook group. And this is another point for everybody watching this. If you have a business, make a community around it. Make people feel part of the brand. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, unless it's like super niche down. For most industries, it will be possible. If you're selling B2B products, if you're selling software, get all those people in into a newsletter, get them into a group. The other two things that I did mention in the beginning are speed to lead and systems. Those two are super connected. And the reason I bring it up, because I've seen a lot of people get ridiculous amounts of lead for cheap. Let's say they are sitting on 500, 1,000 leads, but they get back to them after 2 days, 3 days. And guess what? Depending on where leads come from, they have different expectations. So for example, if you're getting a lead from Google PPC or organic, highly likely they'll be interested enough to do business with you, even if you get back to them a day later. However, every other lead, every other social media platform is, you have to be fast, because those leads might be in the office, they might be in traffic, they might be with family. And if you don't call them within 5 minutes, which by the way, Harvard made a study which shows that the longer you wait to call the lead, the lower the chances that you're going to convert them. So it's crucial to get that speed to lead under 5 minutes, and a lot of people don't have the means to do it. That's why systems come in handy. So if you haven't watched my other videos, we use a platform called Go High Level, which lets us plug in AI chatbots, automations, and a bunch of other stuff that helps us get back to those leads under 30 seconds. And it constantly follows up with them, because again, a lot of the times people are not ready to buy it right there and then. We have people convert and buy from our clients after 2-3 months of good nurturing sequences. And those follow-ups cost us maybe 20 cents. And the ROI on this is incredible, because you can convert technically dead leads that we're not going to convert into actual customers. So just to sum it up, how you can increase your revenue using personal branding and those systems. First thing I would recommend is figure out where do your leads hang out. Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it Facebook groups? Is it YouTube, LinkedIn? After that, I would go and talk to those people and ask them, what is the best part about your business? What are they looking forward to? Then write it down and ask yourself, why is your service superior? Why people should do business with you? And then just make content around that. Don't make content purely trying to sell yourself. Rather, make content that answers people's questions, gives them something that they can relate to, gives them a sense of community. Because without it, you will always struggle with getting leads and your business is going to fail at some point. While people that constantly put themselves out there for everybody to see are going to succeed. The other thing that I would suggest to do is, it doesn't matter what CRM you use, but make a system. And try and figure out things like, how long does it take to make a sale in your industry? What are people's most common misconceptions or questions? Put that into nurturing sequences, set up automations so whenever someone calls you, it's going to automatically connect them to anyone, or if no one is available, to send them a text message within the first 5 minutes, because this alone is going to get you a ridiculous amount of sales. And if you want to see how we do it, you can check out this video on my channel where I explain every single thing that we do for our clients, and feel free to join our community on Skool where you can ask any questions about branding, marketing, automations, and growing your business.